And we're back. That was the 1991 track Just Like That by Fela Kuti.
And everybody, this is our favorite time of year. We are about to hand out our Midseason Mustache Awards.
Of course, they are named the Mustache Awards in honor of the great Rod Langway, who had one of the most exquisite cookie dusters I've ever seen.
Agreed.
No, I was referring to the moustache, the old soup strainer.
An awfully big mustache.
How much has that hair seen in the months that it's been on my face?
A mustache, now we both have said mustache. A mustache, if you've only got a mustache.
This is what a real mustache looks like.
Let's begin with the Peach Fuzz Award.
Yeah, a long way to go for these rookies, but some of them have sprouted a few hairs, and I think it's time to talk about some of their starts to the year.
It has been a solid rookie class this year. Quite a few players that we sort of chewed the fat over. Who are some of the guys that get some honorable mentions?
I would start with Minnesota's Marco Rossi.
Yeah.
Minnesota's had a tough go recently, but he's been good for them.
And we should mention second pick overall, Adam Fantilli.
Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yeah, he has been, I think, pretty good for his first year in the league. He's got 24 points. Looks like he could get close to 50. He continues on this pace on a pretty bad team in Columbus.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's going to be a real player going forward.
Yeah, rough half of the season for the Columbus Blue Jackets, but they might finally have their number one center.
Yes, absolutely. But moving to the cream of the crop here. I think we have a couple defensemen we want to talk about. Brock Faber.
Yes.
Yeah, another Minnesota Wild player. He has been off to an excellent start.
Yeah, he's averaging nearly 25 minutes of ice time per game. They've dealt with injuries on the back end, and he looks like an old pro out there, so that bodes well for his career.
He does. He looks like a strong two-way defenseman.
But I think the cream of the crop when it comes to defensemen in this rookie class, it's got to be Luke Hughes, the third Hughes brother. With Dougie Hamilton out, he's now running that power play in New Jersey, and man, he is fun to watch. Some of these highlight end-to-end rushes he's been pulling off. I think he's going to be a stud for years to come.
Yes, he's been excellent, but no real surprise here. We got to talk about Connor Bedard. He was off to such an excellent start. Unfortunately, bad injury, broken jaw.
Yeah, 6 to 8 weeks. What a loss for hockey fans.
Yeah, it reminds me of Connor McDavid's first year where he got the broken collarbone and had to miss a big chunk of time. Hopefully for Bedard, he can get back and does claim that Rookie of the Year because he clearly is the best of his class.
Yeah, I mean, he looks excellent out there. What a shot. What a shot. Wow. So,
the mustache goes to
Connor Bedard.
No surprises here. Enjoy the peach fuzz, Connor.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see at the end of the season if he can return.
I look forward to seeing the full bushy stash he'll be sporting in the playoffs in the 2029 season.
Well, next up, we have what we like to call the Paul McLean. Of course, former Ottawa Senators coach Paul McLean had one of the greatest mustaches in the history of the game, apart from Rod.
The walrus stash.
Yeah, and so we give this to best coach at the midseason point.
And this is another one where we really had a long debate. Lots of very good candidates. I think we did boil it down to 3, though. Let's start in Winnipeg with your guy, Rick Bowness.
Yes, Rick Bowness has been excellent. This is a team at the start of the year not a lot of people believed in. This is a team that has been really difficult to get to play good defensive hockey. Rick Bowness has them playing some of the best defensive hockey I've ever seen out of this team. They are really difficult to play against, and that's winning them a lot of games. They are now first in the NHL.
Yeah, fewest goals against average in the league. And 30 games now of 3 or less? That's impressive.
Yeah, especially in this NHL with all the scoring in the league, it's quite an achievement. Hopefully they can keep it going.
Yes, I do hope so. Staying in Canada, another strong candidate for the Paul McLean. We got to talk about Rick Tocchet for the Vancouver Canucks. This was another team that not too many people believed in, but they are playing some of the best hockey in the NHL.
Yeah, here's another team that was having trouble keeping the puck out of their net, and they've become a pretty stingy team. Of course, we should also mention they are leading the league in goals. So it's not like they've given up that much offense to get this defensive ship turnaround. So I'm very impressed with what Rick Tocchet has done.
It is incredible what he's done with this team. They've also got the highest PDO in the league. I know some fans are worried that we might see a little bit of a regression in the second half.
Yeah, that is a worry, but they've got everybody playing up to their potential, and they are definitely a playoff team.
Next up, though, is my favorite coach in the league. Always good for a quote and a fiery tirade every now and then. John Tortorella.
This is a real shocker what he's done with the Philadelphia Flyers.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of people had this team in the bottom. They are not. They're in a playoff spot. They're looking really good. They're playing hockey with balls, as he says. Really great surprise.
They're only a couple points out of being first in their division.
Yeah, so
If you look at that team on paper, they have no business being there.
And the mustache goes to...
Rick Tocchet.
Congratulations, Rick. That stash is going to look great on you.
Next up, we have the mustache for the best defenseman.
Now, I think the final name is one that we'll all agree on, but let's start with some honorable mentions first. I think I want to talk about Josh Morrissey. We talked about how good the Winnipeg Jets have been. I think he's a massive part of that. He is the anchor of that D-core, and he does it all. Two-way defenseman. The offensive numbers have been great for the last year and a half. I don't know. There's not much left to be desired with a guy like him.
Yes, I love Josh Morrissey, another guy who is definitely the stalwart back there for the Tampa Bay Lightning. We have to talk about Victor Hedman.
Yeah, now the Lightning just haven't been as good this year, but Victor Hedman's always solid.
Yeah, he logs so many minutes for them, especially now with Sergachev out. Without him, they might not be a playoff team. That's how important he is.
Okay, so down to the nitty-gritty here. Our nominees. We're going to start with...
Noah Dobson from the New York Islanders.
I did not expect him to be among the nominees, but it's undeniable how good he's been. He's scoring at about a point per game, first of all. They've got two of their best defensemen, Pelech and Pulock, who are both out right now. So yeah, I'm very impressed with Noah Dobson.
Yes, he has been a very pleasant surprise on this New York Islanders squad.
And our next nominee is Cale Makar from the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah, it would not be a discussion of best defenseman without throwing his name out there. As expected, he's been excellent.
Yeah, he did miss a few games here and there, but when he's on the ice, he is an absolute terror, and he's a big reason why the Colorado Avalanche are one of the Cup favorites.
He's so dynamic back there. I love watching him.
Yeah, what a skater he is.
I think the most underrated aspect of his game is how he shuts down other players. Though we love the flash and dash in the O-zone, but he's just as dangerous in the defensive zone, stealing the puck away and starting the rush.
Joy to watch, really.
And our last nominee from the Vancouver Canucks, Quinn Hughes.
Yeah.
Wow,
Quinn Hughes. Wow is right. I mean, given the captaincy, he has shown that he deserves it every bit. He has been excellent. What a season he's having so far.
Yeah, and I remember all the buzz before the season about whether he should have even been named captain. Maybe that should have been given to Pettersson instead, but he's proving he is well worth it, leading the league in plus-minus, along with his partner, Philip Hronik, who's been excellent as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is a guy, he's on pace for nearly 100 points. We saw that last year with Erik Karlsson. Do we see it 2 years in a row?
I wonder. I wouldn't count him out.
No.
The other thing I love is he's one of these, undersized guys, and he shows that these little guys can break in as defensemen. Now, you don't have to have the big 6'4" monster. You can get the little guys out there who can wheel and deal and make an impact.
So fun to watch him.
Yeah. So, the mustache goes to...
Quinn Hughes.
Yeah.
Easy call so far. Of course, we'll see what happens in the second half because it's a tight race.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see if Adam Fox can maybe climb back in there.
Yeah, he's dealt with injuries, but he is an elite defender as well. So yeah, don't count him out.
Guys, we're going to talk about one of my favorite awards, the award for best goalie. There's a few honorable mentions we've got to talk about first.
Yeah, goalies are always weird. So a few of these guys who were so red hot to start the year. So Cam Talbot was absolutely incredible for the first quarter. LA has fallen back down to earth, as has Cam Talbot, but I still think he warrants a mention.
Yeah, LA, I don't know what's happened to them.
Yeah, they've fallen off a cliff recently. 8-game losing streak. It's rough in LA right now.
Another goalie who I think should get some honorable mention, maybe he hasn't played quite enough yet, but Joey Decord from Seattle. He's really got these guys going right now.
Yeah, it's incredible because Philip Grubauer went out. The team looked like they were down and out, and then comes along Meech Lake Decord. He's been lights out. The guy was a journeyman, and now he looks like he's a bona fide starter in Seattle. Even when Grubauer comes back, he probably won't get his job back.
Yeah, it's been rough for Grubauer. Let's move up into the top tier here, though. Sergei Bobrovsky for the Florida Panthers.
Yes, he is a worthy nominee.
Absolutely.
Bob's has been on the case all first half.
Yeah, and again, starting the year with a depleted team, he kind of solidified things and made sure that Florida didn't fall out of it. And now that they're healthy again, watch out because Bob's looks like he's rounding into form, and so are the Panthers.
And John, your Winnipeg Jets, Connor Hellebuck, another worthy nominee.
Yeah, there was some question as to whether or not he was going to be a Winnipeg Jet this year. He is, and he is playing like an elite goaltender, one of the best in the world, no question.
Yeah, one of the few true workhorse goalies left. He's already won a Vezina before. I think he could win one this year as well.
Yeah, another big workhorse. We got to talk about Thatcher Demko for the Vancouver Canucks. He has had some injury problems in the past. This year he's healthy and he's playing out of this world.
Yeah, he's a real wall back there.
Yeah, we've never questioned his talent level. It's been tough sometimes in Vancouver playing in front of a patchwork decor, but with his health and a better team in front of him, he looks like he could be a contender for the Vezina as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So the mustache goes to
Connor Hellebuck.
He's already got a pretty good mustache. Maybe you can get some Plowman's Choice mustache wax in there, really get it shining.
Oh, yes, one of our old sponsors. I wonder how they're doing. They stopped returning our calls.
And next up is our favorite award. This is the Rod Langway mustache for Best Defensive Defenseman.
And I really do think the NHL should have this award. There's been talk about it in the past that, the Norris always goes down to the best offensive defenseman.
Yeah.
What about the defensive guys? They need to get some more love because
We're
they
gonna keep
sacrifice.
pushing.
Yeah, we're going to sing their praises right here. Who are a couple of the honorable mentions we want to highlight?
Well, there are a lot of names we talked about. Jacob Slavin is a past winner who's always, a great shutdown D-man in Carolina.
And Carolina's playing a lot better recently.
Yeah, Devon Tays is another guy in Colorado who is always reliable when he's out there.
Yeah. So moving into the top tier of nominees here, I think we have to talk about Drew Doughty for the Los Angeles Kings. He is a total minute muncher, so important back there. He's still a really good skater at this age and a real pest back there with his active stick.
Next up, we have last year's winner, Adam Larson from the Seattle Kraken.
Yeah, he is back cracking for Seattle, and as they've been flying up the standings, he's been a big contributor, playing huge minutes for them, first line penalty kill. He's just such a presence out there. He takes up so much space. He's so smart. Hard to get around him.
Yeah, very difficult to get anything moving in the ozone when you got him back there. Heading up the class, I think we have to talk about a previous nominee, never a winner, but Boston Bruins' Charlie McAvoy has been excellent defensively this year so far.
Another guy who plays huge minutes, first line penalty kill. People always think about his offense because he really does have great hands and great vision. But again, one of these guys who, when he's on the ice, the other team is not scoring a lot of goals.
Yeah, he's a big part of why Boston is such a good team defensively.
And the mustache goes to
Charlie McAvoy.
Congratulations, Charlie, on your first win.
Yeah,
Probably not the last.
No, he's been hanging around for a while. I'm happy to finally give it to him. Enjoy the stash, Chuck.
And we finally arrived to the best of them all, the MVP mustache.
Honorable mentions. I mean, we have to talk about Nikita Kucherov. He has been excellent in the first half, leading the league in points, and such an important part of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
One of these guys that people think is losing a step. He plays hurt sometimes, but he's just so smart out there. Not the fastest guy, but he's physically strong, great hands, great vision.
Yeah, always dangerous when he's out there.
And we also have to mention Artemi Panarin.
Yeah, he's been excellent for the Rangers. We mentioned him a little earlier, but yeah, such an important offensive piece there.
Yeah, the straw that stirs the drink on that power play along with Adam Fox. The only question left for him is, can he bring it come playoff time?
So let's get to the nominees.
We've got the 3 M's. Now, this first guy, a certain Mr. Connor McDavid, is usually a runaway winner. He had a bit of a slow start. He was banged up for a bit, but looks like he's returned to form. He's been the hottest scorer in the league, and he is hunting down that Art Ross trophy.
Yeah, I mean, Connor McDavid, I'd be not surprised one bit if he was the Hart Trophy winner at the end of the NHL season. We're talking about the midseason, though. Couple other names we got to throw out there. How about we start with Austin Matthews? This guy has been scoring goals left, right, and center. What a pace he's on.
He sure is. Over 30 goals at the halfway mark. He's been excellent.
Yeah, good to see that the wrist isn't bothering him this season. We've never doubted this man's ability to put the biscuit in the basket, but the injuries have slowed him down in previous seasons. So he looks like he's healthy, and he could score 70 goals if this keeps up.
Yeah, imagine if we saw a 70-goal season. That would be something.
And our final nominee from the Colorado Avalanche, Nathan MacKinnon.
What a force of nature he is.
Love watching that guy gallop up and down the ice. You never know what's going to happen. He's not afraid to try, cutting to the middle, got a great shot, good passer too. He does it all.
He's got on full-on beast mode. And I wouldn't be surprised if he wins the Art Ross.
No, I would not be surprised one bit. These are some noble nominees we have here. Who is it going to go to?
And the mustache goes to...
Nathan McKinnon.
Congratulations, Nate. That's going to look great on you.
And that concludes our mid-season mustaches. Thanks for coming out, everybody.